What's up, party people? Welcome to Stoniecast number 84 and season 3, episode 17 of Thoughts and Hunches, making money in bunches and sucker punches. It's your boy Stony back for the 84th time, and I'd like to welcome my fall of my fellow hoodlums, cheats, lowlifes, hustlers, scumbags, altar boys with unhealthy relationships with their priests, foul-mouthed and abusive language having raging alcoholics, fienders, degenerates. Hey, if you're new to the show, you probably fit into one of those categories, so welcome. And make sure to hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner down here so you can be notified every time I put out a new video. It's usually on Friday evening, unless otherwise noted, like tonight. Next week, we will again release a video on Thursday because of bowl games early on Friday, so stay tuned. Super Bowl 57 trip to Las Vegas still in the works, and it's only 9 weeks away. So the sooner we get on it, the cheaper the flights and the rooms will be. So let me know if you're interested. Before we jump into the plays, I just want to give shout out to Mike Leach and his family. Hence the sweatshirt tonight. This for you, Coach Leach. Coach Leach changed college football forever, and he'll be missed for a very long time. He passed away tragically on Monday night, and whether you love his interviews or his coaching, he was truly one of a kind. I mean, all you got to do is just go to YouTube and in the search bar type in Leach mascots, and you're guaranteed to get a good laugh. Rest in power, Coach Leach. 19 bowl games and 21 seasons of coaching. Damn. You will not be forgotten. So, last week was an adventure, but we still managed a profit. And it's now been 4 straight weeks of winning weeks. Not huge profits, but they keep on winning. Profits, profits, profits. Here are the numbers. Last week, 22 wins, 17 losses, 1 push. 56% for the week. NCAA football, last week 2-4. That ended our NCAA football regular season. 146 wins, 90 losses, 5 pushes, good for 61.86% to end our season in NCAA football regular season. The bowl season will have its own category, and that starts tomorrow. NFL last week, 7 wins, 6 losses. 109 wins, 89 losses, 3 pushes, 55.05% for the season. NCAA basketball last week, 13-7-1. Yep. 66 wins, 35 losses, 1 push, 65.43% on the season. Again, overall now, total, every single pick that I've given you since episode 1 of season 3, 330 wins, 223 losses, 9 pushes, 59.67%. That's solid. That is just top notch. The goal here is to get over 60. All right. So we kicked off the new week tonight, but there was no play because we had Seattle plus 1.5, and that was before Seattle lost and San Francisco won on Sunday, moving the 49ers all the way up to 3.5, so we backed off. At 3.5, just can't touch it. Not sold on Seattle, sold on the 49ers, but they got quarterback issues again. Brock Purdy's on the shelf, but he's going to play. Just backed off the game. So the game starts soon, starts in about an hour and a half. But, yeah. So check it out, enjoy it, have fun with it. I mean, you ask me who I really like, I'd probably lean 49ers because I'm a 49er fan. But 3.5 on the road in a place that they've won twice in 12 years. I don't know. You know, Seattle's been a house of horrors. Who knows? But anyway, do what you got to do, right? We have a very interesting weekend, right? With Saturday being the highlight, featuring 3 NFL matchups, 6 bowl games, and a whole slew of college hoops, right? So let's get started tomorrow morning. which is Friday morning at 11:30 Eastern at Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium in Nassau for the Bahamas Bowl, as Alabama Birmingham is an 11-point favorite over Miami of Ohio. The 6-6 Blazers finished fourth in Conference USA and won only 2 of their last 5. The Redhawks also finished 6-6, though in the MAC, and won 3 of their last 5. MAC teams in bowl games are always a crapshoot, and I like UAB to win this game, but I'll take the points and roll with Miami of Ohio. The total in this game is sitting at 44.5 with 2 pretty good defenses. That number is still too low, so I'll take the over to add to Miami of Ohio. At 3 Eastern tomorrow at Exploria Stadium, 24th ranked Troy is a 2-point favorite over 25th ranked Texas San Antonio in Orlando at the Cure Bowl. This has the makings of a good matchup. 2 ranked teams, 2 conference winners. Troy won the Sun Belt West, and UTSA won Conference USA. They meet up with identical 11-2 records. Both schools lost 2 of their first 3 and are now entering the Cure Bowl on 10-game winning streaks. I mean, that's just stupid, right? They're just identical. The Trojans, though, get it done on defense and will get after the UTSA offense. But the balance of the Roadrunners and their potent offense will be too much for Troy to handle. Give me UTSA plus the short number to win outright. The total sits at 55.5, and while both schools can score, I see more of a slugfest than a shootout. So give me UTSA and the under. We now move on to Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern as 7-5 Louisville is a short 1-point favorite over 9-3 Cincinnati in the Fenway Bowl in Boston. Yep, Fenway Park is the site of what's being called the Scott Satterfield Bowl, as Louisville's former head coach left last week and is now the head man at Cincinnati. Luke Fickell left Cincinnati to take the head coaching job at Wisconsin, and Satterfield takes over for Fickell in the Bearcats' last game in the American Athletic Conference before moving to the Big 12 next season. Louisville's staff is in ruins right now, and as much as I liked Louisville in this game with Satterfield as the coach, I'm going to take the Bearcats and the point. The total is set at 41, and I still like the under with 2 excellent defenses duking it out. So that's Stony and the under, right? 2:30 Eastern, Saturday at Allegiant Stadium in America's Playground. Number 14 Oregon State comes in as 10-point chalk over 6-6 Florida in the Las Vegas Bowl. On paper, this is a total mismatch, but it's different with the eyes. The eyes will tell you, Florida, 10-point dog? Really? Against Oregon State? Okay, but on paper, the Beavers come in winners of 5 of their last 6 after finishing 9-3 in the Pac-12 and blowing out Oregon in the Civil War, while Florida stumbled to a 6-6 record, has multiple injuries, multiple defections, and lost their last 2, including one of those to Vanderbilt. I mean, they have no quarterback either, as Billy Napier finishes his first year in Gainesville. OSU is a lock, absolute lock. So give me Florida plus the points. Yep. The total is listed at 52.5, and both squads run the ball better than they throw it. So this may be a trend that your boy is gone, but I'll take Florida in the under. At 3:30 Eastern on Saturday at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, always up to no good. 9-4 Fresno State is a 3-point favorite over 7-5 Washington State in the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl. What? Has it really come to this? Jimmy Kimmel, the most unfunny comedian ever, is hosting a bowl game? I just can't. Well, whatever. As for the game, I love the Cougars. They've made me lots of money this year and covered lots of spreads. They've won 3 straight before losing their finale in the Apple Cup to Washington. Fresno, on the other hand, has ripped off 8 straight, which coincides with the return of quarterback Jake Haener, who missed the first couple games of the season. The Bulldogs' offense has been red hot, right? And they got red hot as soon as Hainer came back, and I can't go against them right now. So I'll take Fresno, period. The total sits at 53.5, and I'm going to have to roll with the over here as Wazoo can score enough to keep it close before Fresno pulls away late. Fresno in the over. 5:45 Eastern at Hancock-Whitney Stadium down the road from here in Mobile, Alabama. 6-6 Southern Miss is a 6.5 point favorite over 5-7 Rice in the Lending Tree Bowl. Every year there's a couple of bowl games that make you say, this is why there's too many bowl games. Well, this is why there's too many bowl games. If you're wagering on this game, cruise, get yourself to a meeting, stat, period, right? I'm forced to take a side, so I'll take Rice plus the points. The total's 46.5, and I'll take the over because somebody has to. At 7:30 Eastern on Saturday at University Stadium in Albuquerque, SMU is a 5.5 point favorite over BYU in the New Mexico Bowl. Both schools come in at 7-5, and BYU was an extremely disappointing 4-5 before winning their last three over three bad teams. SMU also finished strong by winning 4 of their last 5 and averaging 40 per down the stretch. I'll roll with the Mustangs here, and with the total at 64.5, it'll be close, but I'll take the under. 9:15 Eastern at Toyota Stadium. 9-4 Boise State is a huge 10.5 point favorite over 7-6 North Texas in the Frisco Bowl. After winning the Mountain West Mountain Division regular season, Boise got beaten up by Fresno in the Mountain West title game. North Texas finished second in Conference USA and lost the title game 2 weeks ago to Texas San Antonio. This is not the same Boise State team from years past with all the offense. This one is built on defense, but this is basically a home game for the Mean Green, whose campus is only a half hour away in Denton, Texas. I like North Texas so much in this one, I'm going to make it the lock of the week, North Texas plus 10.5. The total is 58.5 and has the under written all over it, so it's North Texas in the under. Now, let's move on to Monday at 2:30 Eastern at Brooks Stadium. 8-4 Marshall is a 10-point favorite over 6-6 Connecticut in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. In Jim Mora Jr.'s transformation project in his first year in stores, the Huskies won 3 straight down the stretch to become bowl eligible before dropping their finale to Army. Mora has turned a laughingstock into a bowl team, and in 1 year, and is now getting 10 against the Thundering Herd that finished third in the Sun Belt East and are on a 4-game win streak. Neither team lights up the scoreboard, right? And UConn comes in with a pretty good defense. So I'll take the Huskies and the points. The total is a low 41, and I still think it's going to go under. So it's UConn and the under here. Because my next video isn't until next Thursday, we're going to continue with bowl games, kicking off next week on Tuesday at 3:30 Eastern on the Smurf turf of Albertson Stadium. 7-4 San Jose State is a 3.5 point favorite over 8-4 Eastern Michigan. The Eagles have won the MAC regular season and with a win over Central Michigan a few weeks ago and have won 4 out of 5. The Spartans finished second in the Mountain West Division, but have been rolling on offense the last 2 months. It's EMU's balance versus San Jose State's high-powered offense, right? I'll take the Spartans and lay the short number with 54.5 as the total. I like the over here because I see San Ho getting into the mid-30s. Also on Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern at FAU Stadium, 8-5 Toledo's a 5-point favorite over 8-4 Liberty in the Boca Raton Bowl. The Rockets backed into the MAC title game after dropping their last 2 regular season games, but knocked off Ohio to claim the title game behind a stingy defense. Liberty, on the other hand, is without a head coach, Hugh Freeze, who bolted for Auburn and lost their last 3 games, including a blowout loss to New Mexico State to close out the season. At 8-1, Liberty was nice with Freeze, but not now. I like Toledo to win this one pretty easy and get the cover. The total's at 54.5, and I'm all over the under here. That's Toledo and the under. Moving to Wednesday at 9 Eastern, 10-2 South Alabama's a 4-point favorite over 8-5 Western Kentucky at the Superdome in New Orleans. The New Orleans Bowl. The Hilltoppers finished the season strong and won 3 of 4 to finish second in Conference USA, while South Alabama ripped off their last 5 to finish in a tie for the Sun Belt West Division, though Troy got the nod to get into the title game. Western Kentucky can score, but their defense has always been suspect in it, more so this year. The Jaguars are coming in hot, and you got to ride the hot hand. Give me USA -4 and over 56 as both offenses will have fun in the Big Easy. Lastly, Thursday at 7:30 Eastern at Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth. 6-6 Baylor's a 6-point favorite over 9-3 Air Force in the Armed Forces Bowl. After winning the Big 12 last year and falling just short of a trip to the college football playoff, Baylor fell back to earth this year. And losses in their last 3, they finished at 500. The Academy, on the other hand, come in winners of 4 straight, winners of the Commander-in-Chief's Trophy after finishing second in the Mountain West's Mountain Division. Again, the hot hand. Baylor -6, no thanks. I'll take the Academy. With the total set at 50 and the Falcons' wipeout defense, this one's got underwritten all over it. That's AFA and the under. So that's it for college bowls, right? Until next Thursday, in which I'll have a whole bunch more for you. But in the meantime, let's head to a 3-game NFL Saturday, and we'll start at 1 p.m. Eastern in Stoneapolis as the 10-3 Vikings are a 4-point favorite over the 4-8-1 Colts. Indy has dropped 4 out of 5, and their season is in the tank. Minnie has struggled lately and are coming off a loss to Detroit. This one's easy. NFL lock of the week. Minnesota -4. At 4:30 Eastern in Cleveland, the 5-8 Brownies are 2.5-point home chalk against the 9-4 Ravens. Cleveland is 1-1 since Deshaun Watson's return, and he's just looked awful. Do you really think he's going to get better against Baltimore? I didn't think so. Yeah, the Ravens are starting Tyler Huntley. But we'll still get the win based on their defense, just like they did last week against the Steelers. This Saturday, the Saturday night NFL closer goes at 8:15 Eastern in Orchard Park as the 10-3 Bills are a big 7.5-point favorite over the 8-5 Dolphins. After a red-hot start, the Finns have now dropped 2 straight in the state of California after, quote, being exposed by the 49ers 2 weeks ago, and now it's off to the freezing cold winds of Orchard Park. Excuse me 1 second. Oh my God, he's got COVID. Somebody call the cops. Ambulance, everything. Just, put him away. The Bills are the toast of the NFL and the favorite to win the Super Bowl after a 4-game win streak. Tua Tagovailoa's 3 career games in temperatures below freezing are a joke, with passer ratings of 18, 16, and 16. Give me the Bills big here. Moving on to Sunday, 1 Eastern in the Windy City. The 12-1 Eagles are a 9-point road favorite against the 3-10 Bears. Chicago's a mess. They've lost 6 straight and 9 of 10, despite Justin Fields playing pretty well. The Eagles are the best team in the NFL, and they have the shoe-in for the NFL MVP in Jalen Hurts, and have been crushing teams lately, despite the fact I bet against them for 3 straight weeks. Not anymore. I've learned my lesson. Lay them and take the Eagles on the road here. Also at 1 Eastern on Sunday at the Dome in New Orleans, the 4-9 Saints are a 4-point favorite over the 5-8 Falcons. Both squads have lost 4 out of 5 and are basically done for the season. Rookie Desmond Ridder, remember him from Cincinnati? He will get the start at quarterback for the Falcons against the solid New Orleans defense. Atlanta's going to try to run the ball as much as possible, but that ain't going to happen in the Big Easy. Can the Saints cover the 4, though? I say yes, and I'm going to roll with the Saints. At 1 Eastern in Snoopyville, the 6-7 Lions and the 7-6 Jets are at a pick'em right now. New Jersey was the toast of the town a while ago, but now have dropped 3 out of 4 to be on the outside looking in on the AFC playoff picture. The Lions are red hot right now and have won 5 out of 6 to put themselves in the NFC playoff picture. I just can't take the Jets here. I just can't. I'll roll with the Lions. They've been hot. Also at 1 Eastern in Charlotte, the Panthers and Steelers meet up with Carolina as a 3-point home favorite. Both squads are playing well, but they're both 5-8 after awful starts. The Steelers' quarterback situation's a mess right now, with Kenny Pickett maybe or maybe not going to give it a go, and if not, it's either Mitch Trubisky or Mason Rudolph. To me, it doesn't matter. They're all better than Sam Darnold. I'll take the Steelers and the points on the road. 1 Eastern on Sunday in Duval County. 10-3 Dallas comes to town as a 4-point favorite over the 5-8 Jaguars. The Jags have turned their season around and are coming off a dominating performance last week right here in Music City as they tore apart the AFC South leading Titans. Dallas is in a tough spot here because all eyes are on next week's matchup with the Eagles, so this is a classic look-ahead spot. Trevor Lawrence has blossomed into one of the league's top passers, but can he beat Dallas? I say no. Give me them boys. The last 1 o'clock Eastern time on Eastern game on Sunday is in H-Town, as the 10-3 Chiefs come in as huge 14-point favorites over the 1-11-1 Texans. Houston will not win this game. Let's get that out of the way. It's all about whether or not they can cover the same way they did last week against Dallas. Sure, why not? The Chiefs have trouble covering big numbers all the time. So I'm going to take all 14 of them points. At 4 Eastern in the Mile High City, 2 disastrous teams square off as the 3-10 Broncos are a 2.5-point favorite over the 4-9 Cardinals. Boy, isn't this game chock full of playoff implications. Man, I can't wait for this one. Zona's going to go with Colt McCoy. I'm going to go with Denver's defense and lay the short number. At 4 Eastern in America's Playground, the 7-6 Patriots come to town as 1-point favorite over the 5-8 Raiders. The Raiders are toast, but still a threat. They've been a threat all season long. The Pats always seem to win when they need to, and will again here as they pound away at the Raiders on both sides of the ball. Pats -1. At 4:25 Eastern in Inglewood, always up to no good. The Chargers and Titans meet up with the Chargers as a field goal favorite. Man, what's wrong? Ugh. I'm having a day, and you probably noticed. I don't even know why. Just as the Chargers are getting healthy, the Titans are shitting all over themselves down the stretch after losing 3 straight, including a humbling loss at home to Jayville last week. This one has decided by a field goal written all over it. And while the Chargers may win, they won't cover. I'll take the Titans plus the points because Vrabel is money when he gets points. Also at 4:25 Eastern, the 9-4 Bengals are 3.5-point road chalk in Tampa against the 6-7 Bucks. Tampa has major offensive deficiencies, but nobody wants to besmirch Brady because he's the GOAT, right? Not to me, he ain't, but to everyone else he is. So everyone ignores it because the Bucks are in first place in the world's worst division. On the other side, one could argue the Bengals are the team to beat in the AFC right now, and as defending champs, they should be. Plus, Joe Burrow is a superstar, and with Jamar Chase back, this offense is finally catching up to their defense. Bengals win easily. On Sunday night at 8:20 Eastern in our nation's capital, the Commando Skins are 4.5-point favorites over the Giants in a battle of 7-5-1 teams that played to a tie a couple of weeks ago in Jersey. After getting steamrolled last week at home by Stonedelphia, the Giants are in trouble here, and I see the Commando Skins going right through them. Finally, on Monday night at 8:15 on the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, 2 awful squads meet up as the 5-8 Pack are a 7-point home favorite over the 4-9 Rams. Mayfield versus Rodgers has some value, but by name only. Certainly not in the way they played this year. I hate both these squads, and I hate both these quarterbacks. I'll take the Ram chops and all them points. College hoops, y'all. College hoops, y'all. 13-7 last week. 65%. And our winning percentage for the season actually went down. Yep, that's how good I've been this whole year. And with nothing of note coming tonight, I'm going to give you a few to chew on tomorrow. Friday, 6:30 Eastern, take Xavier minus 11 against Georgetown. Friday, 7 Eastern, take Delaware plus 8 versus Princeton. Friday, 7 Eastern, take St. Bonaventure minus 4.5 against Florida Gulf Coast. Friday, 8 Eastern, take Murray State minus 6.5 versus Austin Peay. Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, take Missouri State plus 7 versus Oral Roberts. Friday, 8 Eastern, take Green Bay plus 24.5 at Stanford. Finally, Friday, 8:30 Eastern, take Creighton plus 4 versus Marquette. Right? That's only 7 games. But that's basically all I can deliver right now as far as college hoops go, because although Saturday's a huge day with lots of big-time matchups, the lines just aren't posted yet. So here's what I'm going to do. On Saturday morning, I will post a whole gang of college hoops wagers for Saturday in the comments section of this video. Right? So if you're like certain long-bearded, half-Irish Colombian gangsters who live down in Hollywood, Florida, and you like to watch the video on Saturday morning while eating your Wheaties, now's the time. Saturday morning will be the time. Look in the comments section. I'm going to have at least 20 games because I looked at that schedule. It is a really, really good schedule for Saturday. There's no numbers right now, so there's nothing I can really do about it, okay? So remember that next week's video will also be posted on Thursday because of the sheer amount of bowl games that are going to take place over Christmas week. So now's the time to go big, all right? We got to go big. In order to go big, you got to hit them early and hit them hard. So just remember that if you want to win big, you got to bet big. You can't go broke taking a profit. Scared money don't make money. For me, the action is the juice. There's money on the streets that can't be ignored. And finally, good luck to you. Rest in power, Coach Leach. You are missed.